The following is from the second chapter of End of the Wire. If you'd like to read more, the link is down below. Lucky 7 Megathread. Information compiled by Endless 8, Razoman, and Gambler's Wrath 777. In mid-April of 1978, the unclaimed Channel 7 signal around Syracuse, New York, was hijacked and taken over by a network calling itself Lucky 7. For the next 3 evenings, Lucky 7 would air strange programs for its large audience of mostly local high school and college students. Contemporary sources describe the pieces aired as strange yet enthralling. Each night would air 3 programs, with introductions between each by a man in a gas mask and full suit on a set at an unknown location. The man would act like most TV hosts, leading programs with descriptions and light banter with an off-screen studio audience. Most of what was shown on the network were non-linear or storyless collages of colors and shapes. Programs aired over the 3-night period. Nightmare of 1,000 Demons, The Endless Abyss, Family Game Night Spectacular, The 3 Little Pigs, The Ranch Back Home, Man in the Machine, Space Battle, Midnight Movie, and Westward Riders. Recordings of all the programs are not yet available, and a few are most likely lost forever. The Daily Orange, Syracuse University's paper, describes scenes of people packed inside dorm rooms and local diners intently watching the programs each night from midnight to 4 a.m. The effects the broadcast would have on its viewers wouldn't be seen for a few weeks after the final airing. A sharp rise in comas happened in the following days, with students found comatose in dorm rooms across campus. Some who only saw a bit of the broadcast were admitted to local hospitals for unbearable head and eye pain. People who did not watch but heard portions of the broadcast were interviewed in the following days by local investigators and stated to have low-grade head and eye aches. The actual causes for these illnesses are yet unknown. Some speculate that high-frequency tones were played throughout each broadcast alongside seizure-inducing visuals, which may have created a unique combination of effects and enthralled viewers. Law enforcement officials never publicly commented on the broadcast or the following mass hospitalizations, but did conduct an investigation into the source of the signal and possible suspects. Syracuse University is known for its Newhouse School of Communications, a high-ranking media and broadcasting school with access to appropriate equipment and knowledge to perform the broadcast. After hospitalizations began, students within broadcasting courses were resistant to speak with police investigators. The small set seen in the interstitial sections of the broadcast was found in the basement of Stevenson's, a local bar, with the owner stating that they were paid $1,000 by mail to utilize the bar's large basement for 3 nights. They never met with anyone in person and communicated with the broadcasters over the phone on the night before the first airing. When played the short section of the interstitial scenes, they did not connect the host's voice to the voice over the phone. The phone call they had was brief, with the caller ensuring that they would lock up sometime around 10 p.m. and leave the premises by 10:15 p.m. so that the crew could come and have everything ready before midnight. The owner stated that they had a downturn in business after Syracuse PD began frequent stops at local bars and taverns in an attempt to stop underage drinking the previous year, and accepted the payment out of necessity. On inspection of the basement by forensic technicians, no usable fingerprints were found. The concrete floor had an outline of equipment and a large board placed on the ground where the stage and set had been. The basement had access to sewage pipes, which had been used to run cable into a nearby park, where the broadcast antenna and other equipment may have been set up during the night of the airings. Some of these cables were found hanging off gangways and floating in sewage. They were found to be owned by the university and reporting stolen/missing in the weeks previous. Dumpsters across the city were surveyed, and other pieces of equipment marked missing or stolen were found. Copies of scripts and cue cards were also found alongside these pieces, detailing each line of dialogue spoken by the host and cues for canned laughter to be played. These pieces are one of the only reasons we know what had been shown on those nights beyond first-hand accounts and rare tapings. Reports of similar broadcasts leading up to more widespread airings have been found as well. These test airings happened the week before the first broadcast and were very brief. A test card played before one of the many strange collage images would come over the air. These would last about 5 minutes and were followed by a thank you placed over a black backdrop. No suspects have been named publicly and no arrests have been made. Many of Lucky 7's victims remain in hospital care or suffer with lifelong illnesses. Wide-scale news coverage of the event was never made, and most of the information gathered here are based on accounts from viewers who had come forward after the internet made it possible for them to share their experiences. Many victims we have spoken with claim that they were followed in the weeks after the broadcast. Some who spoke with local news outlets were turned away or asked to leave after trying to tell reporters about what happened those 3 nights. No motive for the broadcast was made apparent by its programming or host. It remains unclear what the purpose of Lucky 7 was and what it was trying to accomplish.